to be followed by a home game against Zimbabwe. If we had to take a look at Eric Chile's background just a little bit, he was born in Ivory Coast. He holds the three nationalities of Mali, Ivory Coast, and France, right? So talk about somebody with multiple nationalities. And he's somebody who said he was a fan of the Super Eagles of Nigeria while growing up. He played the majority of his football career in France, where he featured for FC Martigues, a couple of other clubs, including Lens and Camo Notaire. He made a total of 375 club appearances across a 16-year playing career, and played also for the international stage, making 5 appearances for Mali, and that's across 2 years, between 2004 and 2006. And then after playing, he went on to do some managerial career. Finishing his playing career, went on to become a manager. He had spells at League 2 sides, GS Consolat, FC Martigues and Bologna. Following his club coaching job, he was then appointed Mali's head coach in 2022. It was where he made a name for himself. He took them within a minute of a place in the semi-finals of the 2023 African Cup of Nations. His side led host and eventual winners Ivory Coast for most of the game before conceding and equalizing in the last minute of regulation time, and eventually they lost 2-1 after extra time. After that match, he was seen falling to his knees in despair as his assistants rushed to cool him down with bottles of water. That has marked scenes all over social media and, of course, the internet, Kelvin. You know, he was described at that point as the bottle water coach. So you can imagine what reactions greeted people when he was announced as head coach of the Super Eagles. People believe that he wasn't good enough or not at par to handle the Super Eagles. If we had that track up, it would be great. You know, we could put up that video of that press conference right now before we start talking about some of his the details in his contract.
I jump at this opportunity to coach the most black populace in the world. For me, the best nation in Africa. I believe Super Eagles still have chance to qualify World Cup. I believe it.
Meets me for poetic license purposes. He will be burdened with also supervising the current coaches of I beg your pardon, Enugu Rangers and also Remo Stars, the 2 assistants to Guavon at the moment. So he's going to oversee their activities, especially Chan Eagles, which is the group, the Super Eagles B team or the local base side. What do you think about the amount of money that's been set aside to pay Eric?
Okay, before we talk about the money, I was surprised when he was appointed first as the new Super Eagles head coach. The first question that came to mind was what happened to Austin Eguebo. We saw what he did with the few time he was made the Manchester United. When he was made the Super Eagles, interim coach, we saw what he did the few times. And secondly, looking at Eric Chile's profile, you know that he's not just a coach; he's one of the best coach. We saw what he did when he came to Mali. We saw how he has played. We saw how he played against the Super Eagles. For the 2 times they faced Super Eagles, they never lost any game. So I think that was some of the reasons they saw, and that's why they actually pick him for the job. Then talking about the when talking about the his salary.
Yeah.
Should I is that really, is it too much, or is it just it's actually fair? It's actually fair. It's fair for I feel it's fair.
All right, we'll take a moment, and when we return, Enyimba working on Teen Eyes in the CAF Confederations Cup. That and much more, especially from the NPFL and the EPL, will be coming your way right here on Inside Sports.
Africa Development Studies Center, ADSC. We are committed to driving sustainable growth and development across Africa through innovative training and research. Our mission: empowering leaders, policymakers, and professionals with the tools they need to create lasting change. With customized training, dynamic research programs, and study exchanges on leadership, management, and other critical development topics, ADSC offers a platform for exchanging cutting-edge ideas and global best practices. We provide comprehensive services in research and consultancy, capacity building and training, education programs, publishing, and knowledge sharing. Our esteemed faculty, composed of seasoned experts and researchers, ensures a learning experience that is insightful and practical. We specialize in policy development, implementation strategies, monitoring, and evaluation. At ADSC, learning is engaging and enjoyable. Our unique methodology includes talks, interactive exercises, games, video screenings, and lively seminar discussions, all in a comfortable and friendly environment. Ready to make an impact? For more information, email us at info@adstudycenter.com or call +234 912 439 2362. Visit us today at www.adstudycenter.com to explore our programs and upcoming events. Africa Development Studies Center, rethinking development for Africa.
Hey guys, my name is Anna Maria Orlu. I am Miss Nigeria United Nations. This month is Cervical Cancer Awareness Month, guys. Make sure you are getting checked. It is important to get checked and make sure that this is prevented. And make sure that you are raising the awareness to your friends, your sisters, your loved ones as well.
Human ingenuity has birthed remarkable innovations, none more so than the right.
Well, glad to know that you're still tuned in to Inside Sports right here on SOUQ News Television. Well, my name is TC Barra, and I do have for company and partnership the usual suspect.
I told you, no more suspect, no more suspect, no more suspect, no more suspect.
Okay, so but then it feels like it's a suspicious situation for Enyimba as they walk on Teen Eyes in the CAF Confederations Cup, which is ongoing, and they face a daunting challenge if they have to advance in this season's CAF Confederations Cup. They played a 1-1 draw, and that was at home to Egyptian side, Al Masry. If Uyo can be called the home of the Elephants right now. The stadium wasn't filled to capacity. I had a problem with that to start off with. They didn't have the required support. And Ifeanyi Ekweme, who is the club's director, had complained days before that Al Masry was playing the usual pranks, booking local flights, not informing the team about their itinerary, and getting into the country well ahead of their scheduled time, and wanting to train at the stadium, the Godswill Akpabio Stadium, for 2 days, which, by the statute of the Confederation of African Football, you have to only test the turf for 1 day, leading to the game. But Al Masry opened scoring early in the 8th minute with a well-placed shot from Mohamed Hashim. The goal came from a corner taken quickly with a clever shot pass there, leaving Hashim unmarked in the area. But then, despite this setback, we saw Stanley Eguma, who had just taken over the reins of the team, displayed determination, ramped up the efforts in search of an equalizer, and that perseverance paid off just 2 minutes into the second half with Ifeanyi Ihemekwele scoring and marking his second consecutive goal in the competition. A lot of chances came from both sides, but then, the game ended in a draw.
First of all, let's talk about the aspect of the pitch not actually being the stadium not being filled. I was watching the game I was watching the game in DSTV. And the first thing that came to me was like, how many local channels
are picking this up?
Do you understand?
All right.
And how many people are really aware about this competition? I don't think we actually promote our games enough. Unlike what they do in the Western world, we don't really promote the game enough. And the game was actually a tough one. It was really, really competitive. I saw the penalty that the young Enyimba goalkeeper saved. Yeah. That was actually a good save. And there are some other shots, there are some other saves they actually made during the game, and I was really, really proud. It was, I think I would say this is the first time I'm watching an African game, and I'm like, yes, we are actually growing. We've not gotten to where we are, but at least we are actually growing.
Well, Enyimba remained third place in Group D of the CAF Confederations Cup, and to keep their hopes alive, they need a victory against the group leaders Zamalek, who were, in great form. They emerged as group winners in Group D, So they face Zamalek next Sunday. It's also essential for Black Bulls to secure a win against Al Masry at home if Enyimba will advance, and that is a big if. We saw a dominant 3-1 victory over Mozambican champions Black Bulls from Zamalek in Cairo, with that match relocated to Cairo due to unrest in Mozambique. Black Bulls fell behind early in the second half as Hossam Ashraf scored, then doubled his lead less than 2 minutes later. We saw Black Bulls responding through Ejaita Ifoni, who found the net just past the hour mark there. But Zamalek legend Sheikh Abala and Ahmed Saeed combined to seal the win, putting the Egyptian side far beyond the reach. It's going to be an uphill task for Enyimba, but some of the results from the CAF Confederations Cup, let me let you know quickly. We saw FC Bravos Domaki play out a 1-0 draw with Simba SC. CS Constantine beat CS Safskin 3-0. CD Lundasu played out Barando with RS Bekane, and Stellenbosch FC defeated Stade Malien 2-0. Orapa United lost at home to ESM Alger. It was 1-2 ended. Diarra played out a 1-0 win over ASEC Mimosa. And of course, those are some of the scorelines that came. Let me also let you know that Al Hilal Omdurman lost to Young Africans by a lone goal. What are the chances of an Enyimba when you see most of the teams, re-emphasizing or reimposing themselves on the pitch with wins squatted? Even Orlando Pirates beating Sierra Belouizdad 2-1.
I think the will is really wanting the play at this point. Players need that will, need that belief. Yeah. No team is bigger. Even the champions can be beaten, the champions can be draw points with. So it's the will, the belief that they can actually do this, and they have to be hopeful as well. We know it's a tough one, but they have to be hopeful and believe in what they have.
Well, it's playing to the god of football. So if everyone is playing, who will be answering right there? Anyway, we'll move.
Has birthed remarkable innovations, none more so than the rise of intelligent machines. Computers, once more calculators, have evolved into sophisticated systems capable of mimicking human thought processes. Powered by artificial intelligence, AI, these systems are learning, problem solving, and making decisions that were once exclusive domain of humans. From accelerating scientific discovery to tackling climate change, AI's potential is vast, but perhaps its most profound impact lies in healthcare. Artificial intelligence, AI, it's no longer a futuristic concept. is here with the potential to revolutionize patient care, diagnosis, and treatment. AI is emerging as a powerful tool in the hands of medical professionals. From detecting diseases early to optimizing treatment plans, AI is demonstrating remarkable capabilities. It can analyze vast amounts of medical data to identify patterns and predict outcomes, aiding in more accurate diagnosis. Also, AI-powered robots are assisting in surgeries, improving precision, and reducing recovery times. However, despite its promises, challenges persist. Concerns about data privacy, ethical implications, and the need for robust regulatory frameworks are hindering widespread AI adoption. To fully unlock AI's potential in healthcare, collaborative efforts are essential. Healthcare providers, researchers, policymakers, and technology companies must work together to develop and implement AI solutions responsibly. By addressing ethical concerns, investing in AI research, and creating supportive regulatory environments, we can accelerate the integration of AI into healthcare and improve patient outcomes. Joy Chuma, SOUQ News.
Elon Musk is a visionary entrepreneur leading innovative ventures in technology, space exploration, electric vehicles, and renewable energy. Musk was born on June 28, 1971 to a South African engineer and his mother, a Canadian model and nutritionist in Pretoria, South Africa. His talents for computers and entrepreneurship emerged early, and at age 12, he created and sold a video game. Musk studied physics and economics at Queen's University and the University of Pennsylvania. In 1995, Musk founded Zip2, sold to Compaq for $307 million. He also co-founded X.com, which became PayPal, acquired by eBay for $1.5 million in 2002. Driven by a vision for humanity's multiplanetary future, Musk founded SpaceX in 2002, developing affordable rockets to support International Space Station mission and NASA's Artemis program. He became a major investor in Tesla 2004, launching electric vehicles like Roadster, Model X, and Model 3. Tesla unveiled the Cybertruck, beginning deliveries in 2023. Musk acquired X, formerly known as Twitter, in 2022, aiming to enhance future and transparency. Musk has at least 12 children from multiple relationships, including Justin Wilson, Tallulah Riley, Grimes, and Siobhan Zilis. Through SpaceX, Tesla, and other ventures, Musk shapes technology and innovation globally, and his influence extends beyond business into politics and culture.
Hey guys, my name is Anna Maria Orlu. I am Miss Nigeria United Nations. This month,
glad to know that you are still on the other end of the screen, following what we're bringing to you right here on Inside Sports. Of course, we're taking a look at the local scene, and the Nigerian Premier Football League is where we've made a pit stop. And it's just to let you know that the NPFL has rescheduled the matchday 16 fixture between Kwara United and Eimba International. The clash was initially set for Wednesday, 15th of January, but will now take place on Wednesday, the 5th of February at the Kwara State Sports Complex in Ilorin. Nigeria Top Flight is currently on a mid-season break, like I mentioned, and actions are set to return on the 25th of January. Nasarawa United has been charged for violating the NPFL framework and rules during their March 18 fixture against Rivers United. That happened last year. It sounds like some long time ago, but then just on the 22nd of December, the Lafayette Base Club violated MPFL 25 regulations and allowed encroachment onto the pitch during the match. Additionally, they failed to ensure proper conduct from both the team and supporters. There's also a downside to it. One of the fallout of that particular incident is Sammy Wagner, who used to be a media officer of Rivers United and currently the media assistant to the commissioner of sports in Rivers State, has also been banned for life. Nassau United incurring a fine of 3 million naira and 1 million naira for each of the violations: pitch encroachment, failure to conduct the players, and in addition will face a deduction of 3 points and 3 goals from their current total due to the assault on the referee. They've also been instructed to identify and prosecute individuals who are involved, and they'll be playing behind closed doors. But then the downside to it is Sam Wagner, who went on social media to talk about the lack of apparent security, because if he wasn't right, then would Nassau be receiving the hammer?
No.
Right? And then if you look at it, it feels like he probably embarrassed the league. That's some of the information that was put out there by the MPFL. And so he's been banned for 1 year or until the end of the season. What do you make out of that?
Well, first of all, why is it that some of these people don't really learn? We saw what happened 2 seasons ago during the Enugu Rangers and Eyimba. We know how they suffered for it. We even saw what happened recently between Nigeria is not really this, but we've seen cases. We've heard about cases where this kind of things happen, and the home team most times, or the violating team, gets to face it. So I think some of these players or some of these guys should be taught emotional intelligence. Understand your emotion, know when to speak, know when to react in some certain places. And so, come on, now they are paying, they've lost points. We are there on the table.
Well, they have 48 hours to refuse or appeal, but we know how these things go.
It's really bad.
Well, not as bad as it was for Mikel Arteta when Arsenal lost to Manchester United. Social media is still agog with the outcome of that particular game. As Mikel said, he was left shocked after watching the team exit the FA Cup in the 3rd round against the Red Devils. VAR penalties. More saddening way to leave the tournament. Arsenal did face a nail-biting scenario in that penalty shootout at the Emirates at home in front of the home crowd. Bruno Fernandes opened the scoring for Manchester United, and of course he put them ahead, but Gabriel did equalize for the home team. So back and forth, even Diogo Dalot receiving a red card for United, but they managed to maintain the composure until the penalty shootout. And we saw Kai Havertz, the sole player, to fail in his attempt.
Should I say the god of football? The god of football actually worked for Manchester United that very day, and kudos to Amorim. His game plan actually worked. When immediately Dalot took that red card, I was thinking that it was over for Manchester United, because it was not up to 2 minutes when Arsenal got the equalizer, and I saw the way they pressure the Manchester United team. They had good chances. Arsenal had good chances, but like I said earlier, it's as if the god of football was just working perfectly for Manchester United, and their defense was actually tight. It was a different Maguire we saw. It was like 2 of Delete we saw on the back. Martinez was like 7 on the back, and even when the coach decided to make his change, I was thinking that since he definitely wants to draw, he's going to put more defense. But I was surprised he had to put 2 forward. 1 midfielder, and change to defense. I was just surprised. That was a
tactical approach to the game.
You understand? I think he still saw the game that he can still win this. Even with 10 men, he still believed that my guys can do this, and they played fantastic. This was one of the best game matches we've seen from Manchester United for the whole of the season so far. I think we'll see this one. Apart from the game,
I feel Mikel Arteta probably had his game plan cut out, well laid out for him, and felt some sort of a disappointment. Hence he said he was in shock.
This January, the transfer window is actually open. He should actually go and get a striker. It's obvious that they need a very good striker.
Here his player is injured now. Gabriel Jesus got an injury.
He's natural now. He has left.
Saka
is actually on one side. He left also, and they've seen that they've been struggling since that young guy left the team for now. He should get a striker. And last season we said it was obvious that they need someone who is a little bit good or even better than Saka, so that young man can be resting.
Who's out there?
There's nobody. There's nobody. But I think if he actually looked very well, he would definitely get. He should actually follow the approach of Manchester City. You know the way they do their buying. They just sit down and
it's not just getting someone. It's fitting into the Arsenal structure and pattern of play, right?
Well, his pattern is Arteta's pattern is actually easy. A very good player can really fit into it.
Anyway, well, it changed tides for Tamworth, losing to Tottenham Hotspur after extra time, 3-0. That ended with SOUQ Crystal Palace and Stockport County play a 1-0 win in favour of Crystal Palace. Ipswich Town defeated Bristol Rovers by 3-0. And Bromley lost away to Newcastle United 3-1. It ended. Southampton beat Swansea City 3-0. Hull City and Doncaster played out a 1-1 draw and went on to penalties where we saw Doncaster beat Hull City 4-5. Great games in the FA Cup, which continues today a bad way. But then let's move our attention a little bit to the EPL, where Brentford's Rico Henry is set to make his first Premier League appearance since September 2023. He made his return from a knee injury, which has been termed a bit serious, on Saturday in the FA Cup defeat by Plymouth, and is poised, ready, gingered, if I had to use those words, to feature again. Although he's unlikely to start, following defender Ben Mee is ready to make his first appearance of 2025. After also recovering from an injury this time around is the muscle. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola is yet to decide whether his defender Kyle Walker will be part of the matchday squad or not. So let me let you know that Brentford will be taking on Manchester City at 7:30. Bournemouth are away to Chelsea at the same time. West Ham United will welcome Fulham, and then Forest and Liverpool will trade tackles later on at 8 o'clock. These games are, going to be played today. What do you make out of it? Okay. Traditionally, it feels like this is a Chelsea platform, but I ain't gonna go that route today, brother.
Whoa. Okay, let me just give my prediction quickly.
Yeah.
For Chelsea Bournemouth, see, it's going to be a draw. It's going to be a draw. For Forest Liverpool, it's going to be a draw.
So can you remember what happened between Nottingham Forest and Liverpool initially? First time, Liverpool lost to Nottingham Forest.
Trust me, when I say Slot is not going to come, he's going to come over-prepared. Now, I'm coming to this guy's home, and if you check, Nottingham Forest actually been one of the best English team for this season so far. Especially conceding in their home, it's very difficult to come to their ground and take your 3 points. For this season so far, they've actually had that their home record very strong this season. So it's going to be a very tough one for Liverpool. And the Liverpool would actually want to prove a point that we
definitely they don't walk alone.
You can't beat us twice in the season. it's going to be a slap on our face. Come on, you can't just beat us twice in the season. So definitely they are going to come with their A game also. It's going to be a very.
So how do you see it ending there?
Draw.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a draw. It's going to be a draw.
Well, it was a battle, a war, and it didn't end in a draw as Barcelona emerged champions of the Super Cup 2025. They did deliver, put to bed, a stunning performance, Real Madrid has been described as the arch rivals right now, but they ended up beating them 5-2 in a truly El Clasico Spanish Super Cup final. It was held in the city of Jeddah in Saudi Arabia. Now, that victory marked the first trophy off Hansi Flick, an era which has just started for FC Barcelona. The match began dramatically. We saw Kylian Mbappe electrifying performance, putting Madrid in the lead with a beautiful executed goal just 5 minutes into the game. And then we saw him capitalize on the swift counter-attack. The French forward showcased his speed, his skill, breaking free, tearing apart the Barcelona defense after Vinicius Junior regained possession. But then, Mbappe slipped the ball past goalkeeper Snake Wojciech to, ignite hopes for Madrid fans eager to avenge their 4-0 loss to Barca, the La Liga. But then that wasn't the way the story panned out. We saw the Catalans reacting quickly, regaining their composure, launching a ferocious response. Minute after minute, it felt like they were building, and then you see the end result, 5-2, and a 7-goal thriller.
In the final.
What a final.
What a final, like, really, what a final. I was actually surprised. I was happy at first when Madrid scored, when they took the lead. But who is Yamal? Yamal keeps proving that he can play Real Madrid very well. So I was, should I say, the team, Barcelona team is actually built. The team is built around the young boys, and these guys have energy. They actually want to prove themselves. They want to show that yes, we can deliver.
Yeah.
Rafinha keeps scoring goals and keeps 2 goals in the final. And when he was playing in Leeds, he didn't even get much goals like that, or like what he has gotten in Barcelona already. So it was a great game, but the game fell one-sided because Barca had everything. They had the game, and the Real Madrid defense was actually very poor. Camavinga didn't play like like a defending midfielder like we know him to be. Tchouaméni, he was just playing as if he was not ready for the game. I don't know if these guys had, I would say, fatigue. Yeah. You know, they played like 3 days ago before facing Barcelona.
Yeah, but you know what, the typical El Clasico Super Cup will give you.
We're expecting the fight, but
yes.
Yeah,
but I think Real Madrid had it going from the beginning, and then at some point just lost it. You cannot take that away. And then once you start losing concentration and letting the goals slip in, it could just be a goal fest.
But it's actually very bad for Real Madrid to have conceded
that much.
nine goals from these guys this season. 4-0 in the first.
You beat some.
4-0 and now 5-2.
You beat some. You win some. You lose some. I mean,
not
seasons after season, we've seen these back and forth. We've seen each team get to take a chunk or pound of
just
flesh.
Like what Liverpool did to Manchester United 7-0.
Maddening. Anyway, the Bundesliga is rife with games today and is hosting Borussia Dortmund at 6:30. The Mainz 05 away to Bayer Leverkusen 2 hours later, and then Frankfurt against Freiburg. We'd also see Wolfsburg, Borussia Mönchengladbach trade tackles at the same time. In the Serie A, it's Como 1907 playing host to AC Milan, and Atlanta facing Juventus. I'm sure a lot of people want to have their eyes against on the screen when Atlanta and Juve play. It's going to be like a big fixture. But for you, I've told you mine. What about yours?
For the Bundesliga?
Or maybe the Italian Serie A. I'm sure the Italian Serie A is also where you'd want to, put your attention a little bit. Yeah.
Well, for the Juve game, for the Juventus game, both teams are going to score themselves, but I'll give it to Atlanta.
Yeah, great form. Yeah. I'm hoping our boy will come through as well.
Yeah, he will definitely show
up. The current African football player of the year.
He's there. Will definitely show up. He will definitely show up. Nigerians.
Oh yes, from football to boxing, we're going to be sparring right now, but it feels like it's the end of an era as Tyson Fury has announced his retirement. The heavyweight boxing champion said he's going to retire effective immediately, and his decision is just coming a little bit off timing for me. He just has a few months left before he gets to face Anthony Joshua, and Eddie Hearn, a couple of days ago had talked about the Wembley Stadium being the stage for the much or highly anticipated bout between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. I wanted Anthony Joshua to see, if this guy's beating you completely, let's be sure that you are unable to get yourself back into the thick of things. And if you had to step back, this might just be your chance, to one more attempt at glory, right? But then Fury's retirement from the sport, yes, although it has come as a surprise, it's not the first time he's saying he's retiring. 2022, we saw him step aside a few months later, I think 6 months, he came back and pow, 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 pow. He was dropping everyone like like flies, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if, this is one of those times where he could just go away for a couple of months,
relax,
bake himself again, and get back and drop people like, you know what I'm saying?
I think this might not be like that because age tells. So age, the age thing actually matters a lot. It's actually getting old, and we not really getting old, but we know it's definitely going to tell on the age he's going to say, but I'm not sure if he leaves now, he's going to come back. Or even eventually, if he's coming back, he's going to come like we saw what what was the name of this YouTuber and
the Tyson, Mike Tyson.
You saw that activity there. Yeah. No, we call that's not really
excuse me.
It was just an activity.
An activity.
Yeah, it was just
more like physical and health education.
So he might really come out to do something like that, and he'll still make money.
Yeah.
But for him retiring now, it's a shock, and it's personal reasons. We've not really gotten the real reason why he wants to.
Well, what are the likelihood that he might just get back into the ring? Highly or less likely?
Less likely for now. Less likely for now.
Well, very sad images coming from the state of Los Angeles in the United States of America as the people of LA and its surrounding communities, begin to recover from the region's devastating fires. But we've seen organizations step up to the plate, sports organizations, to provide some sort of succor for these communities. Angel City FC, the Angels, Chargers, Clippers, Dodgers, Ducks, Galaxy, Kings, LAFC, Lakers, Rams, and Sparks have pledged a combined donation of more than $8 million, and that is in support to victims in need as well as those fighting the fire. So the beneficiaries of the teams include, but not limited to, the American Red Cross, the Los Angeles Fire Department Foundation, California Fire Foundation. Then you have the Eaton Canyon Fire Relief and Recovery Fund, and the list goes on and on. Sad times there, pictures coming from there are not very, very, not the kind of pictures we want to put on the screen, but then our hearts are drawn to them. We commiserate with the city of California, the state of Los Angeles, and everyone who is part of that community around there, and we're hoping that, these experiences can just be, forgotten, hurry. I know the loss of life and properties, it's not something you can just easily wish away, but sad images, and we're just hoping that things can get back to normal as quickly as possible.
Everyone hope so, and it's actually good that the sports federation is really supporting, trying to stretch their helping hands to them. It's actually it helps, because sport is something that gives people joy,
brings them together.
And so when you see people who, because these are the fans, these are some of your fans, so
exactly.
you see them going through some certain things, it is ideal, it is better, you actually help, and it makes sense. It makes sense.
Well, from that confirmed story to stories that we're not certain of in this segment called Rumor Has It. So we hear from the Whispering Bear that Aston Villa has ramped up their efforts in the transfer market, submitting an initial bid of 25 million euros for Borussia Dortmund forward Daniel Marlin. Now the German club is holding firm on their asking price of 30 million euros, and that is for someone who has been described as a highly rated international, as reported by transfer expert Florian Plattenberg. We also hear that Premier League giant Manchester United, Arsenal, and also Liverpool are expressing considerable interest in securing the services of Wolves' talented 23-year-old Brazilian midfielder João Gomes. Monaco are the latest club to show interest in Manchester United's 27-year-old England forward Marcus Rashford. Reports from news sources indicate that French side may pursue Rashford in this transfer window, while Fabrizio Romano has disclosed that Barcelona is similarly keen on acquiring the very dynamic forward. I wonder what you make out of these rumors.
That is why it's actually a rumor. For Aston Villa, I think they actually need what's his name? I think they actually need a player like him for now, because we've seen that they've actually dropped form. Unlike Aston Villa we knew last season, they've actually been struggling this season. No, they've not really been on that level we expected them to be with their good coach. So we expected more from them. So getting the young man will actually be an added advantage to them. They should actually have the asking price is 30 million. So it's just and they actually want to drop 25. So just make it 30 and get, if you actually want, you
5
know the value of this
5 million
player,
is a lot.
is a lot, but you know what you actually want.
Oh, yeah.
So the other advantage, the player is going to fit into
The playing style and
the playing style.
philosophy of the team.
Definitely, he's a good player and actually one of the best in Netherlands as well.
Well, talking about philosophy, newly appointed Western manager Graham Potter seems eager to rekindle his ties with his former club Chelsea. Is interested in signing 26-year-old English midfielder Cayman Dewsbury Hall, and that's going to be along with experienced English fullback Ben Chilwell, who is 28 years old. Brighton and Borussia Dortmund are competing for the signature of Liverpool's 21-year-old England under-21 winger Harvey Elliott. And the championship side Ipswich are actively exploring the possibility of signing the seasoned 36-year-old former Serbian midfielder Nemanja Matic. Well, I mean, been a while we heard about that guy.
Name.
Nemanja Matic played for Manchester United at some point as well.
Played for Chelsea as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually during his time in Chelsea, he's actually one of the best. In his playing days, even when he came to Manchester United, at least for the first season, he actually performed very well under Jose Mourinho. He played very well as well. I'm actually surprised. Why would Liverpool want to let Harvey Elliott go? I'm actually surprised. That young man is actually a star. And the man is actually a star. I love him. I think he's actually one of my favorite players in the Liverpool team. One of my favorite players. I love how he plays. I love his confidence. I love his pattern, his style. So I wonder why Liverpool actually, if they let him go, definitely is going to haunt them in a certain time.
Well, from there, we'll be moving to sports business real quick because we're practically out of time. But it's important that when you're talking sports, you talk business because sports is business and it's our business to talk sports. Premier League clubs have avoided some of the financial fair play rules and all that. No team in the Premier League at the moment had any issue of fair play, breaching the fair play in the 2023-2024 season. Does that surprise you?
Everyone is being careful. We saw what happened. We've had what happened. We saw what happened. So everyone is being careful now. So you won't actually blame them.
Well, we saw a situation for Chelsea where their female club was sold to a parent company. Massive cash doled out in pounds there to ensure that they stayed safe. I think you had to be within a certain spending limit, not to cross the threshold. I think about 150 million or thereabout there. And in the end, we saw Chelsea, save. Over the years, we've seen some clubs, cross that threshold, but like you said, everyone is being careful. But what does that portend to spending limits in the coming seasons?
That we don't really know for now. Let's see how it goes.
All right, so league is satisfied. The Premier League is satisfied that all 20 members have remained within their profit and sustainability rules, and it's good to know that under the PSR regulation, clubs cannot post losses of more than 105 million pounds, not 150 like I earlier said. So Everton and Nottingham Forest were both sanctioned last season for PSR breaches and were docked 8 and 4 points respectively. If you can remember, Leicester avoided a point deduction after they won an appeal against a charge in September which covered 3 years up until the end of the 2022-2023 season. Chelsea, who spent £747 million in the 2022-2023 season alone, sold their women's team, like I mentioned, to the club's parent company on the 28th of June, which is 2 days before the end of their financial year in order to boost their finances. And that's the much we can take on sports business. But let me also let you know that Qatar Airways is poised to announce a multi-year sponsorship of the new Biennial Nations Championship International Rugby Tournament, which is set to start in 2026. Guy, that's the much we can take. We're practically out of time, and we can rest assured that we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be putting out the time. We'll be coming live with the show. But why don't you go on our social media platform, put your thoughts in the comment section, let us know what you think, and some of the score lines and the games. We'd also want to take your reactions from the game.
Give us your prediction about all the games for today. Tell us what you think about the games. Who is going to win? Your favorite team as well. Just tell us, especially the game between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest.
All right, many thanks to you for watching, and on behalf of the crew for ensuring that you could watch us scripts loud and clear. Of course, my name is TC Barra, and I did have Kelvin Jeffia right here with me. Until next time, bye for now.